So here's the rundown. Many oil and gas producers made very little profit from 2015 to 2020 and as a result have underinvested in securing future energy supplies. Global nations flooded the globe with money as a response to COVID, diluting everybody's purchasing power, and Russia started the largest European conflict since World War II. The result? Heating your home and filling up your car is now a luxury for many people. But are things as dire as they seem? And what are the consequences for the future of Europe? So how did Europe get into this position? Well, for a start, the shale revolution starting in the mid-2000s ensured that there was an abundant amount of oil on the market. This subdued energy prices, and as a result, many energy companies made few profits between 2015 and 2020. To survive, many companies cut back on capital expenditure and exploration costs. Current rising interest rates and threats of windfall taxes from governments further disincentivizes these companies to invest in expensive exploration projects. As a result, fewer new oil supplies have been secured, and these companies are making more money drilling less oil at higher prices, contributing to a global oil deficit where much more supply is needed. The recent OPEC output cut of 2 million barrels a day will further exacerbate this issue. We have also seen consistently poor energy policy from many European governments. Europe, who is in the midst of an energy crisis, is shutting down nuclear power stations at record speed. France has shut down 32 of its 56 nuclear reactors, whilst Belgium recently closed down Reactor 3 of the Doel nuclear power plant, which generates 10% of the nation's electricity. How will this much needed power be generated now? Whilst excessive government fiscal spending post-COVID repriced assets like oil and gas that can't just be printed, the Russian invasion of Ukraine has added to energy price increases. Sanctions and talks of Russian energy price caps have angered the Russian leadership, leading to a decreasing amount of natural gas flowing to Europe over the past few months. This means that Europe has to heat their homes using other sources. So what is the solution? Europe's short-term solution is to import liquefied natural gas from other countries. Whilst this does curb their dependence on Russia for gas, LNG is far more expensive than cheap Russian gas, as it has to be shipped around the world from countries like the US, Australia, and Qatar. Europe is also not used to importing high quantities of LNG, therefore it does not have the adequate infrastructure to import enough LNG to fulfill demand. This strategy, however, does pose major issues for emerging Asian countries like Pakistan and the Philippines, where LNG imports are an extremely important source of energy for these countries. As there is only a limited amount of LNG available at any one time, Europe, being the new player in town, will likely outbid these countries for this gas, meaning that many emerging countries are likely to face major fuel shortages. Pakistan, the 9th largest LNG importer, faces potential years of energy shortages after failing to secure a long-term supply of LNG. Many European countries use hybrid heating systems that can also be run on oil when natural gas is not available. This may be an option to many households, but oil is not as energy dense as natural gas, meaning that more oil needs to be used to heat homes to the same temperature. This increased demand for oil, in conjunction with low global output, will try to push oil prices higher than they already are. However, the global demand destruction for oil as a result of increasing interest rates will have the opposite effect. It will be interesting to see these opposing factors play out on the price of oil in the coming months. Overall, it is likely that many European countries will mandate some form of energy rationing this winter to conserve whatever supplies they have. For energy-intensive industries such as manufacturing, this will be detrimental to business and force many businesses to relocate to more energy-secure countries around the world. For Germany, the manufacturing centre of Europe, this will be especially devastating. Whilst many governments will contribute towards the energy bills of their citizens, not all countries have this luxury. Therefore, it is an inevitability that many will freeze. Every year, around 4.6 million deaths occur due to the cold globally. Unfortunately, this statistic is likely to be elevated in the short term. On this occasion, whilst the economically strongest countries in Europe will survive, the effects on many emerging countries around the globe are more dire. Whilst many are hoping for a warmer winter this year, in the year 2022, with all of humanity's feats and advances, should people's lives really hang in the balance on the basis of hope?